The sun rose over the dusty plain, spilling gold across the small ranch house. Mary Collins adjusted the apron she had worn for years, the smell of fresh bread still clinging to it. She had arrived early, as always, because punctuality was the one thing she could control in a world that often punished her silence. Rancher Samuel Hayes was leaning on the fence, hat pulled low, arms crossed. He watched her approach, curious. Few women stayed on these plains. Fewer still could manage a kitchen, a home, and horses all at once. When he spoke, it was abrupt, but not unkind. "You cook, girl?" Mary paused, unsure how much to reveal. I can, mister," she said softly. Her voice was quiet, unpracticed for conversation beyond necessity. Samuel raised an eyebrow, measuring her. There was something honest in her gaze, something unyielding despite her quiet demeanor. That alone caught his attention. "Quiet, eh?" he said, glancing toward the barn. She nodded, keeping her hands clasped. Most townsfolk would have dismissed her as meek, but Samuel had learned to recognize skill and determination over words. "I don't talk much either," he said, almost apologetically, a rare hint of a smile. They walked to the kitchen together. Mary set down her baskets of ingredients, flour, sugar, and eggs collected from the farm. She moved confidently, measuring, mixing, and kneading, as if the world beyond the ranch didn't exist. Samuel watched, silently impressed by her efficiency and calm focus. By the first meal, she had prepared breakfast for the farmhands, scrambled eggs, fresh biscuits, and stew thick with root vegetables. The men murmured their approval, some even whistling softly. Samuel noticed the confidence in her work, how she took pride in every detail without needing to boast. "Not bad," he said finally, tasting a biscuit. Mary nodded politely, cheeks flushed. He studied her, realizing her quiet wasn't weakness. It was reserve, a careful control honed from years of solitude. She might not speak much, but every action spoke volumes. Days passed in a rhythm dictated by chores, meals, and the ever-present sun. Mary rose before dawn, baked bread, tended the garden, and fed the animals. Samuel noticed how seamlessly she became part of the ranch, how her silence carried neither fear nor submission, only strength and restraint. One evening, the wind carried dust through the yard as Samuel sat on the porch, watching Mary scrub vegetables in the kitchen. He realized he had not spoken more than a few words all day, yet the house hummed with life, comfort, and a sense of order he had not known before. "Samuel," she said suddenly, quiet but firm. "Do you want dinner ready by 6?" Her words were simple, direct. He nodded, realizing he respected her initiative more than he could say. Most people in town would have demanded obedience. Mary offered it without demand, naturally, almost without effort. The farmhands began to notice subtle changes. The ranch felt warmer, more welcoming. Meals were no longer merely fuel. They were something to look forward to, a grounding force in the harsh landscape of sun, dust, and labor. Mary had transformed the ranch without ever raising her voice. Samuel found himself lingering near the kitchen door more often than necessary. He admired her dedication, her quiet confidence, the way she could command respect without confrontation. One evening, he brought a mug of coffee to her. "Good work," he said simply. Her eyes met his, and for a moment a bond formed beyond words. Over the weeks, she proved herself indispensable. She managed not only the kitchen but the care of the animals, the ordering of supplies, and the organization of the ranch hands' schedules. Samuel trusted her implicitly, which was rare for a man accustomed to doing everything himself. One stormy night, the wind howled across the plains, rattling windows and whipping dust across the yard. Samuel was worried about the animals in the barn, but Mary moved calmly, checking every pen, feeding and comforting the livestock. Her composure impressed him more than any conversation ever could. By the fire that evening, Samuel offered her a chair beside him. She sat silently, hands folded in her lap, but her eyes reflected gratitude. "You work hard," he said quietly. "I appreciate it." She only nodded, smiling faintly. Her smile spoke more than words could ever convey. The bond between them grew, silent but strong. Mary didn't need to speak her mind constantly. Her actions communicated trustworthiness, patience, and resilience. Samuel began to realize that true connection didn't require conversation. It required understanding, and she had earned that effortlessly. One afternoon, a neighboring rancher arrived to complain about a missing horse. Samuel was ready to confront him, but Mary intervened, calm and poised, resolving the situation with minimal fuss. Samuel watched in awe, realizing her quiet intelligence often diffused conflict faster than any loud words could. The townsfolk began to notice the change as well. The ranch had gained a reputation not only for productivity, but also for respect and care. Mary's work behind the scenes had transformed the property and the people around it, all without needing to assert herself loudly. Winter approached, and the harsh winds tested every skill they had cultivated together. Mary cooked hot meals for the farmhands, kept the fire roaring, and organized supplies for the cold months. Samuel relied on her in ways he hadn't anticipated, grateful for her steady, reliable presence. One evening, as snow fell softly across the plains, Samuel looked at her preparing dinner. "I should have hired you sooner," he said, not as a jest but sincerely. Mary only shrugged, returning to her work. Her humility and dedication were intrinsic, part of her very nature. Spring eventually returned, softening the harshness of the ranch. Mary had become more than a cook. She was the heart of the home, a steady anchor. Samuel realized that her silence had never been a problem. It had been a gift, teaching him to notice the small, vital things often overlooked. One late afternoon, they sat on the porch, watching the sunset paint the plains gold. Samuel spoke softly, breaking their usual silence. "You've changed this place, Mary." She only smiled faintly, knowing the work mattered more than praise. Her contentment came from service, not recognition. The farmhands had grown loyal not out of fear but admiration. They respected her efficiency, her fairness, and the quiet authority she carried naturally. Samuel had never seen a woman command such respect without force, and he admired her all the more for it. By summer, the ranch thrived. Fields were full, livestock healthy, and the house always smelled of fresh bread or roasting meat. Mary's presence brought harmony to what had once been chaotic and lonely. Samuel often realized he didn't know how he had managed before her arrival. One evening, as a fire burned low in the hearth, Samuel turned to her. "I don't talk much either," he said softly. "But I think you've made this place better than I ever could alone." Mary nodded, understanding fully, her quiet pride reflected in her eyes. Years passed and the ranch remained strong, a testament to patience, resilience, and quiet dedication. Mary's work never ceased to impress, nor did her humility waver. Samuel knew that the best partnerships required trust and respect, and they had found both in each other silently yet profoundly. And so life continued on the plains, hard but steady, lonely but full. Mary's voice remained soft, her words few, but her presence spoke louder than any conversation could. Samuel often thought she had brought more than skill. She had brought peace, warmth, and purpose. The ranch thrived, hearts were healed, and respect was earned without a single raised voice. Mary had proven that silence could be stronger than words, and Samuel had learned to notice, appreciate, and depend upon that strength. Together, they built a life neither had imagined, full of quiet contentment and mutual trust.